No, no. What's up, everybody? Welcome back for podcast number 2 of the day. We're just knocking them out today, man. Like I said on the previous pod, I've been so swamped since the beginning of the year. Me and my significant other, the most important person in my life, the best thing ever happened to me. She wrote this all down for me to say. Me and her, we moved back to Vancouver to be closer to the gym. So now I'm able to put more time in at the gym. We've been implementing more classes, getting the kids program together. We have our competition classes going as well as our early bird classes. So I'm just spending so much time at the gym. I've been kind of putting the podcast a little bit on the back burner, but I'm making a schedule to where I'm going to try to knock these interviews out and get some good quality content out for you guys on the weekends. So yeah, look forward to me doing more podcasts on like Saturday, Sundays. So quick little shout outs. I want to do a shout out to the Reptilian Top Team. They've been really putting in the work since the beginning of the year. We got guys getting pumped and ready for competition. Really looking forward to that. We have some new faces that are going to be coming out for competitions. Some guys that are going to be making their debuts. Shout out Escobar. We're looking forward to that one for sure. Igor, he's looking promising. Mohammed's looking promising. Yeah, man, we're really training some real killers there at the gym. So really looking forward to these guys displaying what it is we've been working on over the last few months. So looks like our next competition will be on March 21st. That is the next Scrapyard event, and we'll be taking multiple competitors up for that one. Also, guys, if you're not doing anything later on today and you're kind of dealing with a lot of pain like I do on the daily, you're going to want to catch this. We're having a free chiropractic clinic tonight at Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu. It starts at 6 p.m. Dr. Dima Dima's gonna be there. Sorry, bro. I had it written down earlier and I lost it. But he's been a chiropractor for the last 10 years. He's doing a free clinic over there. And yeah, man, stop in if you can. Check him out. He's gonna really help us out. So also, if you're not following our Instagram page, guys, you got to get on it. Follow at F.A.W.B podcast or F.A.W.B_podcast to stay up to date on everything we have going on. We're really trying to hit that 1,000 mark so that we can start going live on Instagram. As you know, we do our Friday night free-for-alls where we go live every Friday and host an open mat. Those are available on my YouTube channel as well as our Facebook channel. So yeah, that's what's going on. Kind of some little updates on what's happening in the near future. Like I said, the March 21st event, and then also April 4th, we'll be at the NWC here in Vancouver. We have 3 of our competitors making their debut there: Chef, Bulldog, and Young King Solomon, man. So I'll post when tickets are available for that. But let's get back to the show. Today I have a very special guest. You know how they always say it's better to be a warrior, or what is it? Better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Well, guys, I have one gardener here, doesn't mind being a gardener and really doesn't mind going to war. So without further ado, let's invite him on. The gardener himself. What's going on?
What's up, man? Buenas and F.A.W.B from Guam.
Oh, I love it, man. From Guam, huh? That's awesome. Heck yeah, bro. So, bro, uh, how, give us a little insight into your experience with martial arts, man. I mean, what kind of got you started, and was it like to start competing? Was it for fitness? Was it for self defense? Were you trying to prove something to yourself or maybe somebody else? Give us the origin story.
uh, this is just high school. Island boys get together, scrap it out.
Now
Yeah,
you are known to do
talking.
that.
Take it to the baseball field, and that's it. It ends right there, you know?
Mhm.
So that's how I, that's where all this came from.
Yeah. Did you have any formal training prior to that, or was it just straight street fighting? Rolling around with the friends in the backyard, or
Yeah,
what'd you
pretty
do?
much. Pretty much
Yeah.
just street fighting,
Okay.
touching it here and there, you know?
Yeah. Any early influences? Like, did you watch any boxing or
Oh,
early MMA or any of that?
Tyson's my favorite, bro. Jose Otto, all the greats, you know.
Heck
Randy
yeah, man.
Couture, pro. That's a pro right there.
Yeah, he is. He's a beast for sure. Randy, he started here out of Team Quest, which is in Oregon. It's out of Gresham over there.
Oh,
Chael
wow.
Sonnen was also in there as well as Dan Henderson. So some really big time names come out of that gym. Thinking. When did you know you wanted to start competing? And well, before that, let's talk about the scrapyard, man. How did you hear about the scrapyard, and what drew you to want to go and compete over there?
Ah, so I lost a lot of family members,
Mm, my
and
condolences.
yeah, and it was just rough, bro. You know,
Hmm.
and I don't know, I just losing my spirit. So my nephew comes up and he's like, Uncle Jay, like anybody can join this, and so I was like, sign me up. Let's see if I
Mm,
still got it. You know,
yeah. How did you guys hear about it? Did you guys did you watch any like fights prior to you just saying sign me up, or was it just kind of like like you said your nephew brought it to your attention, you're like whatever, let's go.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Social media. I think it
Mm,
was the social media. It's been
okay.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's fun watching you there, man. Did you have any like pre-notion or anything before you went there? Because the scrapyard's kind of unique in the sense that it's outdoors, right? It's backyard fighting, that kind of gets a negative connotation sometimes compared to like a local event at a gym or something like that. So what was like your first initial thoughts when you knew it was an outdoor event?
Uh, Nothing. Just show up but it's a great outlet, man, especially
Mhm.
if you're starting out in your MMA career, get some ring time because, you know, how to use the ring, going all
Yeah,
3 rounds, like,
that that's what I
it's
would say
just,
too. Yeah, it's a great little entry. It's a good smoker event. The rounds aren't terribly long. They're 2-minute rounds, unlike your typical 3-minute round that you would find at like the local stuff. So it's really great entry. Not to say that 2 minutes in life doesn't seem like that long, but 2 minutes in a ring could be a lifetime.
yeah,
So for
yeah.
those of you that don't know, like a lot could happen in those 2 minutes. And
It only
what was
takes one. It only takes one.
100%, especially coming from you. It only takes one, man. You got a lot of power behind those hands. So were you would you say were you more nervous or excited when you first showed up?
Ah, Nothing. I wasn't really thinking anything. Just show up and let's go to work. And that's the
And
thing that gets me. Like the build up or like waiting if your fight seven. Like that's the thing I have the problem with. I just want to get
uh-huh.
in there, get it over and done with, and you know, you have to kind of
Yeah,
like
no.
manage.
Yeah. I hear you, bro. I feel like a lot of like novice competitors have that same battle. It's that whole anticipation of the match, like let's go and do it. And sometimes that can be worse than the actual match. Like
Yeah,
I've
it
known
is.
guys to I can't think of like the correct term, but we call it like blowing your load. I know guys that blew their energy load. pause, blew their energy load prior to their match. So when they're, because they're, they're amped up, they're excited, plus they're really nervous. So that takes energy from you. So when they're walking into the match, they're like, oh man, I feel already exhausted. I haven't even thrown a punch yet. Do you experience any of that?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure. That's
What
like
do
I
you tell
said,
yourself? How do you combat that?
I just feel it, bro.
Hmm.
I just accept it.
Kind of lean into it.
Yeah, figure it
That
out.
mu- Hey man, that might be the best way to do it. I try to tell my guides, have a little countdown in your head. Go like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then when you hit that, just hit that switch. And now we're ready to go. You can feel whatever you want to feel, but when that countdown's over, it's time to go to work, like you're saying. And it seems to kind of help them hit that mental switch. So I mean, it seems like for you, you have no problem turning it on. It's like, hey, when I'm in, I'm ready to go. So I find that to be a really kind of an advantage, and maybe that's due to the fact that you have a little bit, you have some experience. You're How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
41.
You're 41 years old, man. So you have life experience. Plus, like you mentioned, you used to fight for reals out in the world, where the stakes can be maybe a little bit higher because you never know if you're gonna be who you're gonna be fighting, how big the guy is. You don't know if he has a weapon or if you're fighting just one individual. So the stakes could be a lot higher. And if you're accustomed to that type of stress, stepping into a ring may not be, that exciting for you. You may not get that nervous because you've already been through some real life stuff.
Two different games, two different ball games, bro.
I hear
That
you.
glove, that glove actually helps. The bare knuckles, they're two different animals.
Bare knuckle, they'll cut you up. You'll break your hand on a punch. That glove kind of saves your hand a little bit when you're hitting somebody for sure. And, it doesn't take away from any of the impact either. So that's always a plus. That's actually why. So Tank Abbott, I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he was one of the first people to start wearing those UFC gloves. And that was the reason that he gave. He said that he hit so hard that he was worried about breaking his hand bare knuckle. So he put a glove on so he wouldn't break his hand. So it just made sense. Um, let's see here. So let's talk a little bit about the scrapyard community. When you first showed up there, like I asked earlier if you had any pre notion of the events or whatever. Did you have any pre notion of like what the community was going to be like? Did you feel like maybe they'd
No,
be inviting or maybe they're going to be somewhat confrontational? What do you think that the community was going to be like prior to you showing up to the yard?
I didn't think, bro. I just show up, like I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea. Just knew we
Mhm.
were gonna see where we stood.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Were you
It's,
surprised by
I
how
was
welcoming it is?
surprised.
Mhm.
I was. I was really surprised, bro. Those are like the nicest people you see. And it's so funny because the minute that bell rings, everybody's trying to rip everybody's head off. But outside they're like, "Hey, what's up, bro? Good fight." Like it's crazy, man. It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
mean
love
to.
it.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody in the ring. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're just learning, getting some experience.
for
We can
sure.
always find another day.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No,
very
I
surprised.
I agree with you, man. I feel the same way. It's like I'm there for the experience. I'm not necessarily there to injure anybody. That's how I felt in my matches that I've done. But you meet energy with energy, right? And you may not feel that way, but your competitor may feel like, hey, he's in there to rip your head out. So you got to meet that energy. And sometimes things just happen. You're there defending yourself. So yeah, it just kind of snowballs. But I do love this about the community, that it's not just about beating you up, it's also about building you up. And that's one of the
Yes.
things that I truly do appreciate about the scrapyard is that the like you said, as soon as that bell hits, we're there trying to rip each other's heads off. But as soon as it's over, we're back to being family, man. And where else in the
Craziest
world
thing,
can
yeah.
yeah, where else can we do that, man? I don't know anywhere else in the world that we can do that. And I find it
Oh,
to
that
be pretty
discipline.
amazing. What was
That's
that?
it's crazy.
Mm.
Discipline. No, it's crazy.
Right? I hear you. So since you started competing, what's your training been like? What have you been doing for training?
I don't train, bro. I just
Just show
show
up?
up. I just show up.
Hey.
I do laundry, do dishes, fight on Saturday, church on Sunday, therapy. It's my therapy. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. No, I love that you said that because everybody has their reasons for wanting to compete.
Don't try this at home. I was like, don't try this.
Yeah,
You
guys.
can't.
Not everybody's built for that, man. To show up on
Yeah,
fight day and jump in the ring. That's for sure.
yeah. No, it's so funny because the boys would be like, "Let's go hit some mitts." I'd be like, "No, I'm tired. I just got off work. Like, go ahead, and I'll be the one to fight on Saturday."
That's hilarious, bro. Well, you don't seem to have a real issue with it, not even really cardio wise. But to be fair, most of your matches don't make it to decision. I mean, you're very explosive when you come out the gate. It's like you're trying to rip his head off from the get go, and I, for one, appreciate that type of intensity in the ring. It's exciting to watch. It's great to see you be able to kind of release out there and really put that hurting on some of these guys. Um, I don't necessarily. I think you kind of catch some guys off guard. Maybe they're not expecting it. What is some of the strategy of coming out like that? Are you trying to end it early, or is that just some natural thing that you have?
My strategy is just to hit your face and hit it hard, bro. That's it.
That's a wonderful strategy.
It's like
Hell yeah.
you need to like duck and go to the right side and do more hooks, more bodies. And no, I just need to hit your face harder, bro. That's it.
That's
Don't
great,
try that
brother.
on
Yeah, don't try that shit at home, man, for sure. Not it may not end as well for you as it does for the gardener over here. Do you feel that because you're in the heavyweight division, um, but you're shorter in stature? Do you feel that gives you an advantage or a disadvantage? Because when I competed in MMA on the amateur circuit and whatnot, I was heavier and I fought heavyweight, and I'm only 5'10". So a lot of times I was fighting individuals that were 6 feet and above, and they tended to have the reach advantage on me. I know that that's a factor for you too, but do you look at that as a disadvantage or an advantage?
depending, man. Depending
Mm,
if you know, if you're inside, then it's gonna be an advantage. If you're outside, you gotta work hard, especially when they're bigger.
mhm. For
Yeah,
sure. I
so
mean, they have that reach on you, so you got to really, hit those angles and level change on individuals. Typically, I would say for, a shorter guy that's going against a taller individual is to get inside that pocket and stay in that pocket, right? But when it comes to MMA, when you get in that pocket, they can get a hold of you. They can grab you and they can take you to the ground. I noticed that that's not necessarily something that you seek out for. You're more of a let's like you said, let's stand and bang. I'm trying to catch your face with my fist. I'm not really looking to go to the ground. Um
right.
is would you say that you're more geared to be a striker? Do you have any experience on the ground?
No, I don't
Mm,
know anything about besides
just
the TV and the, you know,
yeah, well,
the
all you got to
clips.
do is stand up anyways, you get on the ground, just stand back up. So you know what they say, right?
It's simple, right? Whatever
Super
works.
simple. That's it,
But yeah,
brother.
it's fun, bro. And during the fight, you have to adjust, make these quick adjustments. You have to Like I can tell you the first time I entered the ring is way different from the last fight I had, and coming off that loss, that's also another, like I was a different,
Hmm.
different fighter.
It's a learning experience. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot. It's a
Mhm.
lot of
How would you say you've evolved since the beginning match to your most previous match? What are some of the things that you have noticed that has made you better?
I just try to put myself in a position where I'm good, like where my fighting style will work,
Hmm.
and, like slow it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
sometimes it gets exciting,
Yeah, I was gonna
sometimes
say you see those openings and it's
yeah,
full steam ahead.
yeah, then sometimes it's not, so, you just you gotta stay on your toes, make these adjustments, you know. Last
Did
fight,
you find that difficult to do early on compared to now? Did you kind of find like what is it? Your comfortability in finding those adjustments and making them mid fight compared to like when you're first starting out and you first start with competition, you kind of have to learn that you have to make adjustments in the fight.
yeah. No, I think it's just what I see, and then I just try to, I cannot explain it, but
Hmm?
I don't know, you know what I mean?
It's just
But
something that switches. It's a switch that goes
yeah,
off, and boom, there it is. Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, man, some people have that natural instinct, and it's good that you're able to trust that and lean into it and know when to go and when to pull off. That's really solid instincts. I noticed that you're not the only competitor in your family. You've actually brought, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you've brought your son and I believe your nephew, if I'm not mistaken, both have come with you to compete over at the scrapyard as well. What was that like watching them compete?
that was another experience, even having the daughter there, and it's crazy, man. It's an experience.
Mhm.
Watching my son, man, that was something, you know, especially he ran out of gas, and
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I was almost like getting hurt,
Yeah. I totally know what you're talking about. No.
yeah,
Uh,
so it's an experience, bro. And it
it,
was it was nice to share, like I fought first and then set the standard. He came
mhm.
in, he fought too,
And he
and
fought a hell of a fight too, man.
yeah, oh my
That
God.
was one tough freaking fight, and big ups to him for showing a ton of heart out there, bro. Not too many guys can display that kind of heart, and he had multiple chances throughout that fight to step away from it, but he stuck it out. He stuck it
Yeah,
out, man, and that says something right there. And I always know it's always 10 times more difficult for me to stay on the outside and watch one of my competitors, one of my guys go in and fight and me corner them than it is for me to be in there. When I'm
yeah,
in there, I have some level of control. When I'm on the outside and I'm watching them and I care about them and all that, I like a father, right? You see your
it gets
kids in there and
emotional,
you're like,
right?
oh, I just, but also it's also beautiful to see things like you said, we're able to see what kind of man he is, and the fact that he was
Yeah,
able to really display that level of heart. It just brings tears to your eyes because it's a level of pride that you really get through these individuals. I mean, I like I said, it's you get it through your son, I get it through my students. So yeah, man, it's a great
you,
thing for sure.
you cannot train hard, bro. You either have it or you don't. Everything on punching, kicking, you can learn that, but the
Mhm.
heart, and yeah, I'm proud of him, man. He did good. He did good. He did
Hell
really
yeah,
good.
man. And that's amazing too, the fact that you're able to be there and share that experience with him. And also
Yes.
not just share that experience, but kind of help guide him through that. Because who's to say if you never went and stepped in the ring and decided you wanted to compete too, maybe he also goes down that path and he's like, my dad didn't do it, so I don't have to do it type thing, you know? The fact that you're willing to go out there and kind of pave the way, you know, it tends to make it a little easier for your younger the next generation to follow in your footsteps.
That was
So that's
a memory
awesome.
of a lifetime, bro. And when you get tired, bro, and you're gassed out, you're gonna figure out who you are, if it's for you or not. Because it's something, man. It's
Yeah, there's no
something.
lying in there. I mean, that's one of the things that I love most about this type of event and this style of competition is that you can't lie when you're in the ring. You know, you can say whatever you want, but when you need to be able to prove it in there, and that really puts your feet to the fire, as I like to say. And like you said, we really get to see what kind of man you are when somebody's punching you in the face, and you're feeling like, oh shit, I need a fight. We really, yeah, we see your true colors.
Yeah, my heart and will has never been tested, bro, like this,
Hmm.
especially like training, like I just have to make it work for me. Stay off the ground, place the shots, hit it hard.
Hell yeah, that's a great strategy for sure. And you know, because you're lower to the ground, it's going to be a lot harder to get you off your feet unless you're throwing yourself out of balance. Hey, good luck trying to get some underhooks on this guy, man. What kind of example are you trying to set over at the scrapyard?
Ah, sportsmanship, class, and it's not about taking out each other, bro. It's you know, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what to
It's
say,
about
man.
making each other better, right? It's about self improvement. Like you said, you're there to test yourself and it's testing you in new ways. And that's, hey, bro, even though it's uncomfortable at times, it's growth. And growth can be uncomfortable. You know, you got to look at it like this too 99% of people, fuck, maybe even more than that, never will step inside of a ring. You know, they'll never willingly put themselves in that kind of predicament, and you're doing it. You're doing it because, like you said, you have an outlet, it's therapeutic, and you ultimately want to self improve and become a better human being. So you're seeking out things that make you that better, that person that you want to become. And I think that that's fantastic, brother. I mean, it's beautiful that we can find a community of like-minded individuals that are also trying to do the same thing, um, especially when it
And do
comes
it
to stuff
safe
like this.
and
Yeah.
do it safe without the trouble or with, without catching a case, with
Hmm.
the right there.
Yeah. I mean, like we were talking about earlier on the previous podcast, like I think that the message stands true for that. So the original message from the organization was guns down, gloves up, right? Which essentially is stop the shooting, stops the stabbing. If we have a disagreement and we need to settle things, let's do it the old school way, bro. Let's settle it with our hand, with our fists. Let's fight like two men will fight. And then at the end of it, whatever happens, happens. We both go home to our families and we both move on with our life. There's no, I mean, there really isn't things out there in the world. I mean, there are a few things, but not too many things that you'll come across with a stranger that's going to require you to end that person's life. You know what I mean? So if you can settle things with a simple little fist fight, trade some skin, and then walk away and both feel satisfied, I think that that's the best way to do it. Yeah, man. Some people get so caught up in their emotions and in the moment of things that bad decisions are easily made. And this is a organization and an event for you to not put yourself in those positions. If you have beef with somebody, let's take it out to the yard and let's handle it. You know, and I love that about this organization.
Yeah.
So, are you chasing? What are you chasing now? Like, what is it? Is it belts? Are we chasing respect? Are we chasing legacy? What is it you're trying to accomplish at the scrapyard?
I think I'm done, bro. I think
You
I'm done.
accomplished it? Yeah.
Yeah, like you maybe I'll check out bull riding or line dancing or something.
No shit.
We'll try something else, bro. But yeah, I might pop in once in a while, man. You know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, you got your son competing, you have your nephew that's competed. Maybe, you come in as a corner for one of them, or, there's since you've gotten some notoriety over at the scrapyard, maybe there's some individuals there that you can do some training with. I mean, there's some young independent fighters there that could really benefit from your experience. And yeah, man, there's always a way to stay involved for sure. And if you
yes,
get
for
something
sure.
out of the community, by all means, do what you can to stay involved in the community.
For sure, bro. For sure. The scrapyard. That's
Oh
where it's
yeah.
at.
Yeah, man. I believe so too. Hey, let me give you a couple more questions before I let you go. Who's the hardest hitter you faced so far?
All of them, I don't,
All
I
of
don't
them? Whoever's hit
yeah,
me in the face?
yeah.
What a silly question, right? I don't know. All those punches felt pretty fucking hard. I feel you, dog. All right. What about this one? With the current heavyweight division that we have at the scrapyard, besides yourself, who would you say is probably the most dangerous heavyweight currently?
I don't, I don't know, man. Like I
You're
said,
not
one
worried
punch
about
punch you.
nobody, are
Yeah,
you?
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I wish everybody the best, you know. I'm not a, yeah, I don't know.
hell of a freaking sportsman right there. I love it, man. Okay, how about this one? So if your son ever does decide to fight again in the future, what advice would you give him?
Cardio, cardio.
Work on that cardio. Yeah, cardio. I mean, cardio's key. A lot of times, especially during I mean, I wouldn't say just an amateur thing. I would say typically in competition, the guy that's in better shape, and the guy that can go the longest, the hardest, the
Yes.
fastest, is gonna generally win. I mean, they have all the advantages, right? I like to call dragging someone into deep water, getting them really tired, and then yeah, it's seeing what kind of man you are when you're tired. Because anybody can fight when they're feeling good, but the fight really starts when you're really dead tired and you can't lift those hands anymore, and you got that
Yeah.
little voice in your head that's telling you, "Hey, we don't want to do this anymore," because
Help.
then you're exactly,
Help.
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take it. Where you
uh,
gonna take it? Yeah.
yeah, because then
Mhm.
you're not just fighting your opponent, you're fighting yourself, right? And
I know
yourself
that.
tends to be the hardest opponent that you go against. Um,
Here's
so
my advice for everybody, bro. Cardio and place your shots with purpose, bro.
that's
That's
great
good.
advice. Yeah. So what's you mentioned bull riding potentially. What's happening for the future? Give us some updates. What are you looking at for the future?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, we'll see what happens. I love it. Is there any kind of dream matchup you'd love to have at the scrapyard, or is it just anybody, bring them all on?
Sure. Sure.
Sure, I love it,
I'm not
bro.
there to hurt nobody, bro. I'm not there, you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I'm just there for my session, and
Fucking A.
I'm not after anybody, you know. But
Yeah,
if we
just
do have
doing your
to,
thing.
yeah, end up in the ring,
Well, I'll tell you this, guys. If you do end up in the ring across from this individual here, expect explosions, man. I mean, he comes out hot and he comes right for you. And like you said, his whole game plan is to place hard shots on your face. So watch out for that. My man here, he packs a punch for sure. I've seen him knock dudes out, and I've seen him hit guys, and those guys never want to get hit again afterwards. So be careful if you're ever matched up against a gardener. Real quick, Gardner, How did you come up with that name, by the way? I've been curious about that this whole time.
We'll save that story for another session.
For another set. Well, I'd be happy to have you back on the podcast in the future, brother. How can the fans get a hold of you or find you?
Facebook,
Facebook? That's it. What do they need to type in Facebook to get a hold of you?
Jesse Leon Guerrero.
Boom. There we go, guys. If you'd like to follow the gardener on Facebook and add to the clan, make sure you reach out to him. He has multiple matches on YouTube as well. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I hope this isn't the last time we see you back out there at the scrapyard. I really would love to watch you compete again, but I totally understand, brother. Life moves on, and so do we. So, yeah, man, whatever you have coming up in the future, just know that you have a community that supports you, and we're here for you, man. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Of
Thank you.
course,
Stay
man.
solid. Stay blessed, bro.
Thank you, man. You have yourself a wonderful day. We'll see you later.
You as well.
All right. Later, boss. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's gonna do it for us today. Like I said, man, if you guys aren't doing anything later on, stop into Columbia River Jiu Jitsu tonight at 6 p.m. We will have a free chiropractic clinic happening there. So yeah, bring us your broken bodies, and we'll do our best to try to fix you up. All right. Y'all have yourself a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.